While most people accredit the Nazis through Operation Paperclip, which took 1,500 Nazi scientists into our space race against the Russians, most people overlook the man who is acclaimed to be the father of the modern rocketry. He is accredited for performing the first liquid rocket flight in a scientific setting in 1926, more specifically May 16, 1926. This is Robert Goddard with his single-stage liquid-fueled rocket. Born in 1882, Robert Goddard was so influential in the world of physics that even Nazis like Werner von Braun accredit him with helping them get to the moon. Despite him dying in 1945, he made so many advancements in liquid fuel, triple stage, and double stage solid fuel rockets that he is still accredited to this day by modern NASA scientists. Again, March 16, 1926, Robert Goddard flew his liquid rocket, an invention that NASA and everyone around the world still uses today, and it only burned for less than 20 seconds before reaching its maximum altitude of 41 feet in the air and hitting the ground. His wife and 2 other friends were the only witnesses. This is when modern rocketry would have changed for the better if Robert Goddard hadn't insisted on working alone. If he had been open, America would have been on par or even past Nazi Germany by the time they started to partake in using their V-2 rockets. Although his self-imposed isolation wasn't the reason he's so unknown in the American mainstream, it did heavily contribute to it. Another reason was that the United States government was not interested in Goddard's tech in 1926. So, he had to subsidize his work with small grants from the Smithsonian Institute and from Dan Guggenheim Foundation. Goddard was able to keep researching because of his job at the Worcester Polytechnic Institute of Clark University, and he was able to make designs so streamlined that they anticipated the German V-2. And then, later still, 4 days before the 1918 armistice, Goddard debuted at the Maryland Proving Grounds his new invention, the bazooka. And then later, in 1945, he passed away from throat cancer. On March 16, 1961, 35 years to the day of his first rocket test, NASA debuted the Goddard Space Flight Center, forever immortalizing him in the world of spaceflight. Goddard was the father of the liquid rocket and modern spaceflight. He worked alone and was the primary reason that his work went unnoticed for so long, but he still made significant advancements in rocket tech by himself. He is also still littered all throughout American physics and technology, and he is immortalized in his contributions to spaceflight. We must never forget to accredit the man who contributed so heavily to the American rocket program, a man who inspired other American physicists to learn and advance rocket tech until we eventually landed a spacecraft on the moon.